Hi guys, how are you today? Welcome back to my channel, and those who are new, my name is Neha Jain, and I have started this channel to help people who are planning to migrate to Canada or who are new to Canada. So I have learned a lot of things in my entire immigration process and the process of settling down in this new country. So I believe if I share my experiences with you guys, it will be definitely very helpful to you all to have a very smooth transition in this new country. So guys, today I'll be talking about few important things that you have to do before you land in Canada as a PR or as a student or on work permit. So before we start this video guys, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and click that bell button so that you get notification of all my videos, because I'm going to come up with new and useful topic every time and you don't want to miss out on that. So guys, without wasting time, let's start the video. So I'm sure that by the time you get your PR, you are very sure which city you are planning to land in. But it is also very important to know that what is the best time to land in Canada if at all you have an option. I'm saying this because I did not have an option. So I got my PR in August 2019 and my medicals were expiring in November 2019. So I had to land before that, and I needed like 2 months to prepare for Canada to serve my notice period in my ex-companies. So I had to land here in Canada in October. So I wouldn't say it's the best time to land in Canada because it was fall already and winters were just around the corner. And specifically if you are coming from a country like India, you will feel cold even in October. Also guys, till the time you find a permanent accommodation and you settle down, it's already Christmas. So when you start looking out for a job, the market is really slow because of Christmas holidays. However, if you don't have an option, no month is a bad month, because we also landed here in October. We faced some difficulties, but we are fine and we are settled. So yeah, if you don't have an option, you can land in any season, but I would say the best time to land here is spring or the start of summer, like in the month of May or June, because the weather is really pleasant and it helps you settle down easily. Plus the job markets are opening up and you can also find good summer jobs like survival jobs till the time you are getting a job in your field. So according to me, that time should be ideal if you have an option. And also if you are moving with kids, it's a very good time because you can go out, take the kids out and explore this new place. So it can really help them settle down in this new environment a bit easily. Whereas in winters it really gets gloomy and it's very cold because of the season and you cannot step out easily. So winters here are really harsh, especially if you're coming from countries like India, Bangladesh or Pakistan. You will feel it's really difficult to settle down at least in your first winters. Plus you are really new and you don't have a car, so commuting also gets difficult. Also guys, the school's years begins in September. So if you're coming with kids, you can accordingly decide, and if you come in summers, you can send them in school from September. So these are my suggestions. So as per your situation, you can decide what is the best time for you to land in Canada. So once you have decided the time that you're planning to land in Canada, the first thing you should do is to book your flights. Because the earlier you book your flights, the chances are high that you get cheaper rates. Also, there are a lot of websites online where you can book the flight, but one quick tip guys, while you are booking, do book it via incognito window and I'm sure that you will get a better rate. Also, there are options for direct flights and connecting flights with layovers. So I won't suggest you to take a direct flight, especially if you are coming from countries like India, because Canada is really far, and in direct flight it can take almost 18 hours to reach Canada. And trust me, it's really tiring, especially if you are coming with kids. because we traveled with our 3-year-old kid, and if you have kids, you know that to make them sit even for like 15 minutes, it's difficult. So guys, if you have kids, you have to plan accordingly. Also, if you look at the cost, direct flights are really costly if you compare it with the connecting flights. Also, while booking a connecting flight, you have to make sure that the flight doesn't have a layover in countries like Dubai, because then your first flight will end in like 2-3 hours and the second flight will be really long. So ideally you should take a flight with layover in countries like Paris or Amsterdam, so your traveling time is equally distributed. So for us, we had a layover in Amsterdam. So guys, if you have kids, you got to listen it very carefully. So we had a 4 a.m. flight from Mumbai to Amsterdam. So I had my daughter sleep in the evening for 2 hours, and then I kept her awake and busy till 4 a.m. So till the time my flight took off. And once we started from Mumbai, she was asleep. So we had a 9 hours journey to Amsterdam, and most of the time she was sleeping. So by the time we were about to reach Amsterdam, she was awake and fresh. So we had a 6-hour layover in Amsterdam. So I would say the ideal layover time is 4 to 5 hours, so that in case there is some delay in your first flight, it's not a problem. Also, you can explore a bit and relax at the airport. So for us, it was 6 hours, and I'm glad that we had a 6-hour layover, because Kea, my daughter, she played and she walked freely and she enjoyed a lot at Amsterdam airport. So then we took a connecting flight to Toronto, and it was an 8-hour flight. So my daughter was fine. She played a bit in flight. She watched some cartoons and then she fell asleep again. So I guess if you plan a bit, this long travel can be really less hectic. So guys, it's also very important to check if the place where you have a layover requires a transit visa or no, because it's not required in countries like Amsterdam, but if you have a layover in US, you will have to have a transit visa, and I think it takes around 7 to 8 days to get a transit visa. So guys, do check this point before booking the flights. So baggage is really important thing that you should consider while booking your flights, especially if you are coming on a PR or a student visa or work permit, because there is a lot of stuff that you want to bring to Canada. So according to me, you should only consider flights that are allowing 2 to 3 baggage per person. So I will make a separate video on what things you should pack while you are coming to Canada. So for now, I will just say that we had a baggage allowance of 46 kg, that is like 2 bags of 23 kg each per person, and 12 kgs of handbags. So in all, for 3 of us, we had around 174 kgs of luggage that we were allowed to carry, but still I had to call for a courier from India later on. So now you know how important it is to consider the baggage allowance before you book your flight tickets. Also guys, if you are coming with a baby and you have a stroller, most of the strollers are allowed in flights, like it should be foldable, but then too I would suggest you can check it once before taking with your airlines. So guys, it's really a very long journey. So before booking flights, please check if they have a sufficient leg space, especially if you are traveling with kids. Such a long journey, you really need good leg space. So we traveled in Air France, and Air France really had a good leg room, so it was very comfortable to us, and overall also I would say that it was a really good experience, because they had a very friendly staff, and also we liked the food. Also guys, they do have option for pure veg meals or Jain meals, and your kid is selective, they also have option for Indian vegetarian meals. So you have to request them like couple of days before you fly, and most probably you can get it. So now that you have booked your flights and you know the dates you are traveling, it's very important to book a temporary accommodation where you can stay for like 15 to 30 days prior to getting a permanent place to stay. So guys, if you have any place in mind where you want to stay for initial couple of years when you land in Canada, ideally you should get your temporary accommodation in the same area. Like we are in downtown Toronto, and we always wanted to be here in our initial years in Canada. So we were looking for Airbnb options around this area. but we were really busy those days, and frankly we were also being very selective, so we dragged the decision, and we wasted almost 1 week. By this time all the Airbnbs in downtown were gone, and the options that were left were really costly. So we booked our temporary accommodation, a Airbnb in North York, which is like 40-45 minutes from downtown. But that was a really big mistake, guys, because we saved like around 30 to 40,000 Indian rupees, but we ended up spending more than that amount in traveling, because we had to go to downtown almost every day for the house and or for looking for daycares for my kids. So ideally, guys, I would have spent the same amount if I would have rented the downtown condo, both money wise, and also we would have saved a lot of energy in traveling. Also, the costing for the temporary accommodation for a family can be anything around $1,000 to $2,000, depending on if you are living in a basement or a condo or a house, and also what area it is in. So ideally, if you have a close friend or relative where you can live at least for like a couple of weeks when you land in Canada, you can definitely save a lot of money. Also, when you are booking a temporary accommodation, do check if it's closer to public transport like TTC, subway or buses, because you really don't want to spend a lot on Uber or cabs, because cabs are really costly here in Canada. So guys, this was the part 1 of this video, where I have covered 3 important things that you need to consider before you are moving to Canada. So there are also few more things that are really very important when you are coming to Canada. I will cover that in part 2. So if you are coming to Canada, please don't miss the part 2 of this video, because it's going to be really very helpful for you guys. Also, if you feel I'm adding value or I'm providing you with information that is helpful to you guys, please do like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to it yet. And don't forget to press that bell button, because that way you will get the notifications of my new videos and you will not miss out on any information. Also guys, if you want me to cover any topic or any information, do comment below and let me know so that I can cover it in my future videos. So that's it for today. I will see you in my next video. Till then, bye.